Let me start recording this. Even though like mentally you can say, I won't have a bias if I see somebody else markup, like you will, just because you can't unsee what you've already seen. Okay. So I'm going to just bring her up real quick because I teach her on Sundays and she made me super happy this Sunday. Yes, my students, I be their biggest cheerleader because this lady was on the struggle bus, okay? And I'm sorry that I just put your business out, but everybody say hey to Stephanie. Stephanie, say hey to everybody, okay?
Hey, everybody.
I don't want to put none of your business out that you don't want to put out, but you can say your experience. But I just want to say publicly, you coming to the end of this course is very happy for me.
Oh,
Super proud of you. Okay.
thank you.
No
Thank you.
problem.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. So you can hop off now if you want. If you want to say something before you hop off, feel free to. And yeah, then I'm gonna get into the markups.
I just want to thank you, Jessica. It's been a journey. It has. But hey, if anybody is thinking about taking her course, do it. Because her integrity as a mentor, as a teacher, is like, it's unmeasurable. I have yet to come across somebody with her integrity. Like, she will not let you go until you win. So
Okay.
if you thinking about it, take her course, but only if you serious, because she does not accept mediocrity. That's all I gotta say.
To the no mediocrity.
No mediocrity.
But I'm super proud of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. 2 more weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
2
I'll
more
see you
weeks.
later. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye. All right. So, let's go. Let's go. I'm super happy. I'm super happy just because, like, for real, her course. Oh my God. Like, y'all know, it's some people that I say, like, it's some people that I just tell them they can't take the course at all. But with her, I knew that she was fully capable. It was just some stuff we needed to deal with first. So I'm just super happy. Just like, yes, she got it. Okay. So, yeah, super happy. All right. Anyway, let's do these markups. So first off, before we do the markups, I need everybody to tell me, okay, what was the pairs that I said last week? What to look for? What we looking at? Okay. We was waiting on USDCAD for a minute and that thing did the bust up like we said. Actually, let me just share while we talk about this. Okay. So then we're gonna go over the pairs. So remember the last 2 weeks, y'all can even look in the chat. We've been talking about USDCAD hitting is negative 61.8. The last 2 weeks, remember we had 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, that Wednesday, which we covered last week also, when the feds were talking about the interest rates, and literally we talked about USDJPY going into a sell. Okay, and USDCAD, we talked about it shooting up. Okay, but it had not reached that negative 61.8 yet. And then we knew once the Fed rates, once there was not positive news about the interest rates, the US dollar weakened. Okay, so this is where we had this last final push down, all right, of USDCAD at the perfect negative 61.8. We had our reversal. Then on our minor structure fib, which is where we were last Sunday when we talked about USDCAD going into a buy. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we finally got our completion of our structure. So now we're sitting at negative 61.8 on minor structure. Okay, so remember, minor structure can always easily be broken. So we're gonna wait for a pullback on this. Okay, but because it just hit my TP and it's a minor structure TP, it's not like an overall reversal that's major structure. Right here, it's starting to form divergence, so we know the push down is coming soon, but I don't feel like it's the cleanest, prettiest setup, so I'm not really trading it this week because what I needed to happen already happened, okay? But let's recap, and then we're going to go into the setups for the week. Also, we talked about US 30 dropping last week, okay? US 30 perfectly dropped, okay? The perfect, this was last Sunday. It was about right here. This happened at the end of the week. It was the perfect break and retest. So let's just put our little red box here. This is a perfect break and retest for the completion of this drop. I'm gonna break down a minor structure and a major structure in this. So this is the break retest right here, okay? But the retest was a minor structure. Sorry, not 5 minutes. Let's go to 15 minutes. This is the minor structure that was inside of this major structure. So we had here, this is a minor structure fib, 23.6. That's our continuation. Then we had this negative 61.8. The retest of this, at this retest, we had divergence on minor structure. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, we're talking here and here. So that was our confluence that the market was about to continue that drop of that overall structure. Then we had our first push down, our pullback, then our continuation of that, which was the overall negative 61.8 on major structure. Okay, let me draw it for y'all. So this was the major structure, negative 61.8, that's here. You guys see this? Then we had the minor structure inside, which is here. This is the minor structure. Okay? Yes? And if y'all remember, or maybe I was just talking to Omar on this. Maybe it was Omar. I feel like I said this last
Talking about that drop?
Yeah. Hey, Omar, why are you sharing your face today? Say hey to the people.
What's
You don't
up?
ever
What's
say
up, people?
hey.
What's up?
Everybody,
I was in the cut minding my business.
Omar is a great person, okay? He's a great student, great person, and he's turned into a great friend. But anyway, yeah, but I feel like y'all know I talk to so many, I be marking up so many charts like throughout the week with students that I don't remember exactly when I talked about this, but I remember talking about it. I can't remember if it was exactly on this call. I know we talked about the drop on this call, but this first push down, we was on the phone. Did we go over this last Sunday? We did, right? This first push? Because we talked about 2 Fridays ago, it was news. The news pushed that down at the opening bell. That's what happened. And the breakout.
The news pushed it down for the triple wicked.
Yeah. Thank you. I was like, what news was it? Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Okay, so remember we were talking about triple witching. Yes, thank you, Jonathan. So we talked about triple witching before triple witching. It was here, and remember I said that I had wanted it to come back here, but it just respected this trend line all the way down, and then fell here. This was also, I'm sorry, let me put my minor fib that was on there before. So this was the first fib. This is a minor structure inside the major structure. So we had this first fib here. Then we had this pullback. But because it's minor structure, like minor structure is the continuation of the overall trend. So that's why oftentimes when I say minor structure can easily be broken, is because the overall trend is not finished. The minor structure is like the finish of the first push to wait for the pullback so that we can have the whole picture play out. Make sense? Yes. Okay, I'm so happy you have your face on here because I'm just gonna say makes sense. And when you just like shake your head, yeah, I'd be like, all right, somebody with me, because y'all know I be feeling like a talking head or a robot because half of y'all don't be sharing y'all faces. So I just be talking and I just see names and I be feeling awkward. Okay. So that hit the negative 61.8. That led to our pullback. Then we had, oh no, not that part. Oh yeah, I did mean to do that. All right, so here, boom, boom, boom. First fib level, TP, then we talked about what happened after that. So now we're on this push here. Let's put, we can put a new minor fib on here. So let's just say there to there. Oh, look, how great. All right, so we're at negative 61.8, but this is also a minor structure. So just look for this to pull back to this last, let's say, this is kind of heavy resistance in this area. we see like this whole, let's say, range, really this area here. That's a resistance area, but because it's so bullish, it's like super bullish right now. I wish I need to push all my Sunday evening students to morning, for real, because I said this morning that this was gonna pull when the market opens, and it's been pushing down for the last, yep, and it's the 15 minutes. So yeah, so this is I'm looking for price to come back to about right here, but look how price consolidated in this zone, in this whole range right here. Where's my annotation tool? Price has been consolidated in this whole range. Let's say this range here. So it's going to be some consolidation there. So expect that right there. All right. So we talked about those. Now, okay. Who remembers our UJ? And we talked about UJ selling. But it was one thing that I said, make sure y'all watch out for. Can somebody tell me what it is before I share the chart? I want y'all to tell me. It was near a certain line. And I said, be careful because of this line. Can somebody tell me the time zone? I mean, not time zone.
Weekly level.
Consolidation of the 8 area.
But it was, remember, it was approaching a red wood.
Weekly level.
No. No, UJ wasn't the weekly level.
Trend line.
Yes. So we were at a weekly level. I lied. Okay, I'm sorry. This was the whole weekly level. But remember when we were at these highs, I said, watch out and just make sure this does not push up to our red daily trend line. Do y'all remember that?
Yep.
Yes. Then we had to push up to our red daily trend line, but we still got our drop first. So remember, I put this in the chat multiple times about this whole consolidation level, and to do not take a sell under here until you have a break and retest of that. But the sales all through in this were clear as day the entire time. And then we talked about, I actually drew this fib on here on last Sunday's call. So go through and watch our YouTube videos and just add up all these weeks. But we hit our negative 27 here, which is the support level that was all right here. Then we finally got the last push up to our red daily trend line of that structure. Now, I do expect UJ to fall, but because we are at a trend line area and it's a daily trend line, that means what?
Consolidation.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, that part. It's super bullish though. Y'all see how bullish and how strong it's been, but it's definitely gonna break down. It's just, it's gonna consolidate for a minute though.
When?
Did you say when?
Yeah, just when it could break down.
Are you asking me when?
No, I just saying when, no. Not asking, just saying.
Wait, I don't understand though. You say you're not asking when? Or you are asking when? Or you just saying when? Huh, Jonathan? Say. Can you hear me? I can't hear you no more.
It sounds like he's saying, yeah, it's gonna break. It's just all about when.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that was what I mean.
Yeah, that, yes. So okay, y'all know I'm very big on trade what you see, not what you think, but I'm about to tell you what I think anyways, just because most of the times when I think something, I'll be right. But I'm just saying, I foresee this consolidation being in a diverging format because it was so much straight consolidation right here. I see it coming a little higher, but I see it's going to form a channel formation, and then it has to come back to this support, or it has to at least come back and test this support. Do you see how much resistance is there that was broken? Okay, but because it's at this daily trend line, expect consolidation there. Let's go through the list. Gold is still in our consolidation. So I kept this on here so I can break it down with y'all. I put this in a group. I don't know when I put it in a group. I don't remember. I think it was Monday, actually. All right. So, well, yep, because I put yesterday's call. So yesterday was last Sunday. So this is where price was sitting when we were on the call last Sunday. Okay. And remember last Sunday, actually, yes, I remember this. Remember last Sunday when the market opened, everything went from everything was like dropping pips. Like I think GJ was like this was the market open. So this gold was sitting on the trend line, but y'all remember GJ had went I think it was 90 pips when the market opened. Everything had did big pushes immediately once the market opened. Remember that? So when we got to our call last Sunday, everything was sitting on key levels or trend lines. So remember we talked about right here, it was this black trend line here, and I said price is going to come here, but watch for price to break this level first, right? Because it was sitting on a trend line. A lot of stuff last week was sitting on trend lines. Because I remember one of my friends called me and she was like, Jessica, so when do I get in? I was like, girl, you got to wait to see. She was like, what does that mean? I was like, you have to wait to see. You have to, I think that, and I was telling somebody this, I think that IML and all these network marketing companies effed people up in the head because you always think that you need a setup and a trade every single moment of the day. And that's not how real life trading works at all. Real life trading, and Omar and Angelica said this so beautifully. Okay. Real life trading. Omar, you still on this call?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, say what you said this morning because it was.
What I say? I be coming off the head with stuff.
When the market is ready for me.
There you go. When the market is ready for me.
Real life trading happens when the market is ready for me. Okay, since Omar sharing his face real quick, let me just brag about him for a second and then I'm gonna come back to this. Okay, so y'all remember Omar is the student who when he went before a year ago, actually probably a year and a half at this point, he had hit me up a long time ago. It's like, Jessica, I want to take your course. I want to take your course. I want to take your course. I'm like, okay, everybody be saying it, but I just be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Not to say I doubt people. I just okay. He's like, yeah, but I just need to come up with the money first. I'm like, okay. It's like, all right, just hit me when you're ready. Then he was hitting me up back to back to back. I'm like, why this man keep hitting me up? I remember that because I didn't know when he hopped on this call, his name was Latif. So I knew it was always a person talking named Latif, but I ain't never put together that Omar and Latif was the same person. His name is Omar Latif. Okay, so yeah. But anyways, Omar made $10,000 from it was Monday night calls at the time. So just hopping on Monday night calls every single week. He made $10,000 from the calls over an 8-month span of consistency. Okay. Then use that money to pay for the course. That is so beautiful. And now he finished the course 4 months ago. Okay. 4 months ago. And he flipped $1,000 account to 40,000. So I'm so happy. Okay.
I'm happy.
All right.
I didn't look at it like.
You said what?
I said I didn't look at it like, this is a blessing.
Okay, well, I was just super happy. So he finished the course 4 months ago, and this is the catch, okay? The first, and I told my students this earlier, so it might sound redundant to somebody. Okay, so the catch is that when he first started trading, so y'all know I got this thing, I want my students to make their money back within the first 2 weeks to month max finishing the course. You need to make all their money back. That's my thing. Once you finish the course, make your money back. And Omar, I was hitting him up, and mind you, his homework was perfect the whole course. So I already knew he was gonna be a great trader. So I'm like, a week, 2 weeks passed, and I check on my students like when they right when they finish for the first, I would say 2 weeks. So I'm like, yo, how's trading going? And then he's like, I ain't trade yet. I'm like, what? He's like, chill. I got you. I'm just looking. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, you ain't take the course to just look. You ain't just go through all this to just look. Like, what do you mean? He's like, chill, Jess, I got you. So then another week passed. I'm like, okay, how's trading going? Yoo-hoo. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you check your first trade yet? Hello? He's like, nah. So then I started like, I ain't get upset, but I'm like, damn, like, is it fear or something? Because mind you, I can teach you the market all day long, but one thing I cannot teach you is psychology. But I know he not no weak-minded person. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, maybe he got some life stuff going on that he don't want to tell me about. Like, I just ain't know what it was. He like, chill, Jess, I got you. Like, I'm still doing the markets, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, whatever. Then another week passed. It took him a whole month to take a trade, but not because he was scared or nothing like that. It's just that everybody has a process, okay? And so even though it wasn't what I wanted, I let him do his process, and he just wanted to see out over and over. I guess his words, you can say your own words, and then instead of me talking for you.
Like I said earlier, I just wanted to, what did I say? Trust but first must verify. So I trusted like the situation and where I was taught completely, but I'm just putting it all together and seeing it play out week after week. Just kind of like just gave me that extra confidence to really like execute when I'm ready. So once I was ready, sky's the limit. Now I enter trades and I barely miss trades. I do from time to time. I do some of those stupid stuff, like you move a little too fast, but that's human nature. But as you get better at it, and you just start knowing yourself a little more. You start to just get into a groove of things, and it's like, I got this. Like it's like he just ended, like he caught that second win, and like once you get that second win, it's over. Like the race is finished. Like this is mine in the bag. So there's like that second win was like after that first month. And now I'm just in it, and it's easy. Now it's just easy. It's like literally riding the bike. Like I do everything I need to do, and I'm like, okay, I know where this is going. I know how this is about to move. Like I'm looking at charts right now. They opened up at 5. I'm like, oh, you consolidation. I wait till you come back down again, enter for you to go back up. It's like stuff like that. Like you look and leave. Like, but that's the best I can say at this moment for somebody who's looking to trade.
It's like Angelica said a long time ago. She was like, I can't believe I complicated this so much. Like trading is so
right.
Y'all know how Angelica talks. She's so sweet. She's like, it's the funniest thing. I just can't believe I complicated it so much. It's just so easy. But it is. It's so easy. Like it's easy. But we as humans complicate it. We as humans complicate it with our own emotions, with our own baggage, like everything that we bring to the charts, opposed to just looking at the charts for what it is. It's a book called Game Theory, and it talks about how to find a solution in the most linear way possible without going all over the place to do so. But it's directly correlated to trading. Actually, it's not about trading at all, but it's a life concept that you really can apply to trading. But anyways, back to the charts, okay? But the fact that technically that 4,000, that 1,000 to 40,000 was technically made in a 3-month span, because he finished the course at the end of, I was still teaching him when I was in Mexico. That was October, and he finished his last few weeks of markups November. So he started trading. Well, he finished the course basically the end of November, beginning of December, and started trading like into the new year. So yeah,
and that's what I was waiting because of taxes. I didn't want them to eat me alive, so I was like, I'm gonna kind of wait till after you phone because they gonna get me. I know, that's in the tax bracket. I don't know.
But isn't that so phenomenal for him to like have done just in that amount of time? That's so great. Okay, so sorry guys, my emotional part is over. Y'all know I just be super happy. Okay. Anyways, back to this. So, in regards to structure, where was I? What was I talking about? Okay, so yeah.
You was talking about the IML, the network marketing companies.
Oh no, I ain't mean to bash IML though. Look, people do what's best for them. But my whole thing is that I think that a lot of people in IML, you know what I'm saying, they feel like they need a setup all the time. And oh yeah, that's where I was. Thank you, Jonathan. That my friend had called me Sunday and was like, girl, I missed the call. I'm so sorry. So when do I need to get in? What I need to get in for? I'm like, girl, like it don't work like that. Like if I tell you to get in right now, you gonna be sitting in drawdown. Just wait till it's ready. Like, don't look at the market like that. Like, don't be. It's like people like IML made crackheads. Okay, it's like people they be itching for a trade. Like, oh, can I get a setup?
That's
Can I get a trade?
so true.
Can I get a trade? Can I get a trade? Where's my
That
trade? Oh my
is
god!
so
Let me
true.
look at my phone. Like, oh, is it in drawdown? Am I in drawdown? Am I in profit? Am I in drawdown? Like, yo, chill. Like, that ain't even how trading work. Okay, it's like people be fiending for trades, and they be fiending to blow accounts, really. And then they be like, "Oh, is it blue? Is it red? Is it blue?" Like, yo, go enjoy your day. Sit your ass down. Go on somewhere, okay?
That
Go.
was so me.
Was it?
That is so me.
And then the crazy part about it, the part that's so effed up more so than anything, is I was talking to one of my friends. He like super successful. He owns a hedge fund, not the ex-boyfriend hedge fund. I feel like okay. I feel like I told y'all that story. Maybe I didn't. But anyways, so I have a friend that owns a hedge fund and he lives in New York. And I was telling him, like, all of my friends that super wealthy think that I'm stupid for trying to help people and teach people. He's like, why do you want to teach them? Like, because at the end of the day, the more people that don't know what they're doing, it's just so what he say? Transfer of wealth for us. And I'm just like, but you can't look at it like that. But you know how so many people be so like you're successful for so long that you really kind of forget where you come from. I can never do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people, especially like not in like IML trading life and not like people that you know on the streets that say, oh, I'm a trader. I feel like everybody even call themselves a trader. Like, I'm a trader. Like, okay, whatever. But I'm talking about people who like do it for a living, like where they have no other income except trading. Where it's like me, like where you just like your entire life is invested in this, right? It's like they look at it like, okay, so what? Like, I made this much today, or like, I have a friend that makes $100,000 a day on a regular. So he looks at it like, why are you trying to help these people? Like, girl, you know how much time you put into people? Like, you are wasting your time. Like, don't help them. But it's like, no, like, it's like Omar said, it's so easy, and I feel like the world would just, even when people talk about like crime rates and all this different stuff that be happening in the world, it's really because of the lack of resources. And if everybody had resources, and I don't want to say money everything because it's really not, but money definitely bring a sense of happiness that I would say that if you don't, okay, whose microphone is that? I don't be, I'll be stressing me out, this microphone thing. Okay. I know that money does not bring happiness, but money bring no stress. And now you will be stressed about a lot of things, but when you think about most people where their entire life is consumed around like going to have to make money, like, oh, I have to go get a job so I can make money, or I have to work so I can make money, and they work all these hours like all the time, all day long. And if they just had a skill that would teach them, but not only just the skill, the mindset to be able to apply the skill, and the patience and the discipline and the work ethic, all of them things combined. But anyways, back to the charts.
Jessica,
Yes.
there's enough for everybody.
Hey, Ms. Rose.
Hey,
Hey.
there's enough out here for everybody. So
It
no, they don't
is.
have to be stingy.
It is. I owe you a phone call. Okay.
Okay.
I got you.
Uh,
So Ms. Rose is in my next group, and it's another lady actually in Nigeria that's in my next group. But I have 3 more slides, and I just haven't got finished making phone calls. So I did make a few phone calls, but I didn't like some people's videos, and I'm just trying to solidify that last little group. Okay, but I got you, Ms. Rose. Okay,
okay, I know.
I've been busy.
Okay.
Okay, but anyways. So price was sitting on the trend line last Sunday. Then we talked here. Okay. I entered a buy right here because remember, Omar, you text me about it. Remember that night? You was like, gold just fell to that trend line.
Yeah, I remember.
All right. So gold had fell to this trend line. I entered it here because at minimum, I knew it had to do a bounce all the way back up to here, this trend line. Then it ended up coming to this resistance area. So that was that. Okay. Then this was the sell. I didn't get in this sell at all. Like this one, I wish I was awake during this because that was a beautiful sell. But anyways, you're not gonna enter everything. But anyways, this sell played out perfectly. Then we had divergence. I entered right here because I saw this divergence. And then I just carried it to retest this trend line that I was out because I wasn't quite sure where it was going because I knew it could potentially range again. So then price continued bouncing, blah, 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 blah. And I think this was when I sent the chart after I had pulled. Actually, yeah, I had taken that morning and that happened in a matter of, 2 hours. And then I pulled it, and then that's when I sent y'all this little chart markup or whatever. So where gold is now, let me go to here. Ignore all of this. I guess I can delete these now that we've gone over them here. So gold is still sitting in this heavy consolidation range, guys. And because a lot of people don't know how to trade in consolidation, I kind of want to leave it alone, but I'm just going to give y'all look at it falling. Okay. But no, seriously though, this consolidation range where we're at, we have really, let's say all of these highs here. And then this current consolidation, we're going to put it here. So gold is bouncing in this range, right? Now, our minor structure, remember we had talked about this gold shooting up. This beautiful buy, okay, from the other week played to here. Then we carried it to our negative 27, which was our TP1. Then price came down and then it got into that consolidation range. So where price is now, like we can clearly see it's going to bounce to the bottom of this floor. And then if you are a minor structure trader, okay, and you are able to trade in consolidation, then look to carry it to the top of this to hit this negative 27. But again, if you do not understand, let it go. Ain't no need to force the trade. Like if you don't understand it, it's too many other trades that you can take out here than to be forcing like something that you don't really understand or know about. But after that, look for gold to fall once it breaks out of this range. Okay. Now the fall, mind you, the fall would just be a pullback of here, this previous area. So like let's say we put from here to here. The fall would just be a pullback, but the overall move, remember, we not even breaking out from the fact that overall, remember we had our TP up here for negative 61.8 for like the long term. Okay. But look for structure to tell you what is happening. Like this is kind of like last week where it's sitting in an area where it's like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? You remember the market is like when I move, you move just like that. Okay. All right. So that is that. That's that. Not GJ. I'm gonna go over GU. So GU is sitting on a 4-hour trend line right now here. If it does not break this trend line right here, so I do have GU going down, but it needs to, let's say something like depending on how it comes off of this trend line, because I don't think that's a full break, but students, you already know how the break and retest goes for your confirmation of that. For everybody else, it can do something like this, but it's sitting on this 4-hour trend line right here. This 4-hour trend line comes from back here, way back here. So right now it's just bouncing on it. Okay. What else did I really want to go over? We already talked about that. UJ, we already talked about. UJ's consolidating, gold's consolidating. GJ, I mean, I'm not going over GJ because GJ's like, I don't know why. It seems like now everything is sitting on, like right here, this is a monthly level, this dotted line. So the dotted is monthly, the weekly is, the dotted is weekly, the solid is monthly. It's sitting on a monthly right now. We talked about this dropping. It fell to negative 61.8. It had perfect divergence, and then now we're here. I'm looking for GJ to do a pullback. Here, it's going to pull lower for sure. But because it's on the monthly, like expect consolidation in this range, okay? But I definitely have a bearish sentiment for that. And then I feel like that's pretty much it. Oh, Euro USD is going up. Look to carry that to the gold. This is a monthly trend line right here. So this was perfect. Boom, 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 boom. We have this here. Then we have divergence forming. So I definitely have Euro USD going up. And I have Euro JPY. Not Euro JPY, USD JPY falling after it comes off of the daily trend line level. Okay, but remember the channel first. Any questions? I'm gonna post this on YouTube so y'all have it. I have another call though that I have to get on. So I love y'all forever. No worries.
You too, man.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.